Hello, this is Al from Eagle Al Free. Today I'm going to talk about what I like to call idiotic anti-gun laws. Basically the slow tearing away of our Second Amendment rights. The first one I'd like to talk about is the high capacity limits or high capacity ban. The, One of the most common arguments you will hear is nobody needs 15 rounds or 30 rounds to kill a squirrel. And that's true. You don't normally need 30 rounds to kill a squirrel. But we're not talking about a gun designed to hunt a squirrel. There are guns for that. We're talking about guns that are designed to protect your life, to defend yourself and your family. Okay? Now, well, people will also tell you, well, 7 rounds, that's fine, to protect yourself with. And that's a bunch of bull. Let me explain. Policemen get specific firearm training and they have to pass a test. They have to show that they're relatively good with the firearm, whereas the average citizen isn't required to pass a test for the firearm. There's been numerous videos of police shootouts where a policeman has his high capacity Glock that holds 15 rounds. The suspect is close to him, 10, 20 feet, and your adrenaline's kicking in. And when your adrenaline's kicking in, you lose your fine motor skills, your ability to do things with precision. And between the adrenaline kicking in and the target, the suspect isn't a piece of paper that's sitting there quietly. They're trying to kill the police officer. There's cases where the policemen fire, and it isn't until the 13th or 15th bullet that they actually hit the guy because of the adrenaline rush and the loss of fine motor skills. Now, if it takes them the 13th or 15th bullet to hit the guy, okay, that right there shows that the 7 bullets weren't good enough. Now, picture there's 2 people trying to end your life for no reason whatsoever, okay? Now, you might lose 12 to 15 rounds trying to neutralize the first guy. Well, now you're out. Now, all of a sudden, a 15-round clip isn't sufficient. You need 2 15-round clips, okay? If you don't believe me on how you lose fine motor skills during a high-intensity situation, look it up. There's numerous cases of policemen missing people from 10, 15 feet away. Now, so high-capacity clips are needed when you're referring to the ability to defend yourself. Another thing is they say, well, with a high-capacity clip, somebody can go into a building and it's just total carnage, kill as many people as they want. Second of all, the person that's doing that is someone who has made a decision that they don't care about the laws, okay? So the law that says no firearms inside, they've already ignored that one. And I'm sure the law that says 7-round capacity only, that's going to be ignored also. So if you could press a magic button and remove all high-capacity clips from the U.S., and we only had 7-rounders, what the criminal would do, which you couldn't do that, it's impossible, what the criminal would do is they'd have about 8 7-round mags on them. And they're shooting. Somebody who's good at putting a new clip in the gun can have one clip out, new one in, and ready to fire in 2 to 3 seconds. And in 2 to 3 seconds, that doesn't slow them down any, and that doesn't save any lives, okay? Now let's move on to assault rifles, those dreaded, horrible assault rifles. You know the guns I'm talking about, the ones that have an evil inside their soul, the ones that just jump up off of their stand in the middle of the night and just start chasing people down the street and launching bullets at them. No, there isn't such a gun. The gun isn't bad, good. It's neutral. A bad person has to be doing something with a gun in order for bad to happen. And we've already established that a bad person could care less about the rules. Now, assault rifle. The true definition of an assault rifle is it has to have the option of fully automatic fire. For those who don't understand, fully automatic fire means you pull back on that trigger, and you keep your finger there, and the whole time bullets are just flying out. Up, 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 up. That's fully auto. Now, for civilian use, the guns that these hardcore liberals that want to destroy all of our rights, the guns that we're using are semi-auto civilian versions that just look like the guns that are used for military. Definition of semi-auto. You pull the trigger once and one bullet comes out. No more, no matter how bad you want. Then you got to release the trigger and pull it a second time. A second bullet comes out. Now, whether it be a gun that looks like an assault military weapon or whether it looks like something that's designed to shoot a deer, all of those, the best they can do is semi-auto. One pull of the trigger, one bullet. The difference is some guns, to people who are ignorant, look more scary than other guns and look like they're just designed to do damage. I got news for you. All guns can do damage, okay? The reason a gun is made, it isn't designed to help you bake a cake. It's not designed to help you air up a balloon. It's designed to release a bullet out the end, and that is designed for the bullet to make contact with something. The thing is whether the person behind the gun wants to make contact with the animal because they're hunting, whether they want to make contact with a piece of paper because they're target shooting for sport, whether they want, not necessarily want, but need to make contact with a human who has made the decision that they want to come into my life for no reason. Okay, and then the last option is the occasional bad person, which is less than 0.1% of the population that has decided, I have a desire to go in someone's life. Okay, so that's a little bit of a breakdown about a couple of the common idiotic gun laws that they're launching an all-out assault to pass. And these laws are nonsense. They're not based on common sense. The sole purpose of these laws is to restrict our rights, restrict our freedoms. The more our freedoms are restricted, the more control the people in power can yield over us. And it's just an accident that I happen to be wearing an NRA shirt today. This is the first time I took it out of the pack and cut the tag off, and I decided at the last minute I'm making a video. But this is Eagle Owl 3. Live free or die. Until next time, have a good one.